Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to another conversation. Our forebearers handed us a timeless warning that we should learn not to throw away the baby and the bathwater. As President Bola Tinubu injected fresh blood into Nigeria's security architecture, some groups are sounding a note of caution to avoid sweeping replacements that can become counterproductive. In the face of calls for the removal of the National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, security experts have challenged such calls, insisting that the demand reflects narrow and outdated thinking. They argued that modern security challenges in Nigeria require more than military credentials. They demand strategic intelligence, interagency cooperation, cyber vigilance, and socio-economic awareness. They want the country to focus on results rather than obsolete arguments. According to them, Ribadu's record in intelligence, anti-corruption, and counter-terrorism makes him suitable for the NSA role. I mean, Patrick, I'll start with you. Who are the people calling for the removal of Mallam Nuhu Ribadu, and why are they making such call?
We are in a political season. I will just tell you, these are people who are bent on derailing the good works that we are beginning to experience in the security sphere and create more crisis and mayhem in the country. They believe in the old order of lack of value for life, and that is the best way to describe it, because that's a man that is doing excellently well by the things that is visible for Nigerians. So see, no better way to answer you than that yesterday, just yesterday, he was honored yesterday during the Nigerian Public Service honor for his excellent coordination in security. Our economy has boomed, especially the oil sector, because of the operation plug that he coordinates. So many, well, there's so many covert and non-covert operations that have been taken that against these terrorists and bandits that has helped this country even now. Even some of the 29 students that were adopted, medical students that were adopted, how were they released? It was based on what that the National Security Advisor set up and coordinated without ransom being paid, even though the families were mobilizing. But he took it up and with his team ensured that these Nigerians were released without ransom. So many, even the Kebbi school children also paid without ransom, because a new strategy and a new tactics is being used. And that is what we should allow we should encourage to gain ground, that these bandits and the terrorists will know that there is a new system that will pluck out whatever they're thinking. And it's something that must not be truncated.
Absolutely.
I will tell you that it's just people who want to create more mayhem in the country that are doing that.
I mean, BK, looking at these calls, let's look at the NSA, Mallam Nuhu Ribadu. Has the current approach under Ribadu actually produced measurable, lasting improvement across Nigeria's multiple security challenges?
Yes, because some of the people making this call, they know next to nothing about the extent of insecurity in our country. People just feel like saying something. We know where we used to be. I can tell you about where we were in 2014.
Okay.
When Boko Haram seized Goza and annexed Goza, June 2014. And after that, they annexed Damboa. And they went on like that.
Even though
7 local governments in Adamawa State alone, they annexed. In Yobe, they annexed 2 local governments, including the local government of the current governor. And in Borno State, more than 17 local governments. In fact, in some cases, you find that only one community is safe in a whole local government. Today, no one can say that Boko Haram still constitutes the kind of threat that it constituted back then.
Okay.
We know how we used to sit on this table, and every day we were bringing security topics. One day, the former MD of The Guardian, my friend Oloja said, why are we discussing security all the time when we should be discussing developmental issues? But it was because they were the big issues at that time. Abuja Highway, every day we bring story of kidnap. Train passengers taken away. Today, Nigeria is much safer. But people, when an incident, just one incident happens, people have the tendency to magnify it and make it look like, oh, it's a countrywide problem. It's not a countrywide problem. Even the new Minister of Defense talked about the Southwest being a lot safer. And he felt that other regions can copy some of the things being done here. And we are saying in terms of bandit attacks, they have gone down under Nuhu Ribadu's watch. Yeah. What exacerbated the situation now is the allegation made by the Americans that Christians are targeted. But in this same country, just a couple of months back, a mosque was targeted in Katsina. More than 50 people were killed.
Even a week in Sokoto.
When people are killed in Sokoto, are being released. Usually when the are being released, usually when the military or the police go to free our people, they don't get headline news. Ransom was killed, but because they knew that they could not go anywhere. And to the glory of God, some of those people involved in that particular operation, at the time when they surrounded, they had their international passports
with them to
go and Patrick Agwango, who's making his debut, thank you so much for staying with us. So, Patrick, let's talk empirical facts here. I mean, on what empirical basis does the senator believe that retired military officers perform better, you know, as NSA in modern security ecosystem?
You know, some Nigerians still look at the issue that we need the military to guide us, even in our own personal lives. You know, whether they are still in service or retired, and maybe he's trying to look at that. In the last three NSAs we have had, they were all military, even from President Obasanjo time and all that. Forgetting that now we are talking about, you know, we mentioned this style, the non-kinetic effort, the social angle of taking care of the security aspect. And we call it National Security Advisor. Security, we're not talking of National Defense Advisor. So when you talk about security, you can have a police officer, and we have had it before. We had people like Gwazo, Ismail Gwazo, and they did very well. We had people like Gambo Jemita, who was an IG but became NSA. He did well. Then even Rafendadi, who was in the NSA, so, you know, they did so well. So even DSS,
it was a much bigger
office then can handle this. And in the modern world, as we speak, you don't have, it doesn't necessarily have to be a military person. No. In fact, we need more of civility in terms of handling our national security structure. And that is what the current NSA is doing very, very well, because you can see that it's using non-kinetic measures. It's not all the time kinetic effort.
And it's working.
And it's working. And that is what we should encourage, that it should sustain. Let us look, in the United States, most of the best NSAs they have are civilians. Some of them are not even, have never been in the military, you know, but having security knowledge enough to understand. In Ghana, most of them are civilians. And Ghana has made their own to National Human Security Advisor to show that it doesn't need to just be the defense of military. We need to have a human face that will look at issues of food security, even medical, everything encompassing. And that is what the office is about.
I mean, Biko, is there evidence that the armed forces, underperform if the NSA is a civilian? Is there any evidence to that?
There's no evidence of that. We talked about Afindadi and the rest of them. At that time, that office was much bigger.
Much bigger.
Because what you have today, the DIA, they used to be part of that office. So it was Babangida and Koda came and then divided the
NSA was even part
a
of
split.
it.
Okay.
Yes. So it was even a bigger office at that time, and civilians handled it, and handled it well. You see, even the successes that Nuhu Ribadu has recorded, yes, we want him to do more. I won't sit here and pretend like, okay, everything is rosy. We still have problems, but I'm confident that we'll overcome those challenges. I'm an optimist. I do not give up on my nation like some people. So even what he has, the success that he has recorded, I have to give him his flowers. Because they told us, oh, a policeman cannot do the job. This and that, why should they should put a soldier, a retired soldier. But even at the apogee of Boko Haram insurgency, when they were overrunning military bases, including super camps, we had a retired soldier as NSA. So it's no guarantee. Let's stop kidding ourselves. Now that person has to be a soldier. No.
So the debate should not even be about who occupies the position.
We've seen even in bigger countries than Nigeria, we've seen even women.
Yeah.
Women play this kind of roles.
Condoleezza Rice was NSA.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
Yeah.
We just magnify. Somebody says something, you see many Nigerians, without even analyzing what that person has said, without finding out whether that person made sense, you just see everybody will start repeating the thing. That's what social media causes. And that's why, as much as possible, some of us
try to
just for the sake of our sanity, we are moving away as much as possible from social media. Because somebody just says everybody is saying it. They've not asked whether it made sense. Just like the fellow who said, why should I describe Bello Tuji and others as prominent to him, to that illiterate fellow. When you say somebody is prominent, you are praising him. He said I should have called him notorious. You are the one to choose words for me. When both of my parents were English teachers, you want to, at this stage, now teach me how to use words. That I should have called them notorious instead of saying prominent. What we are talking about is the visibility, the ones with the greatest visibility among the bandits.
Yeah, visibility.
The ones that are most preeminent. So, people, and then you just criticize people unnecessarily, whereas if they give you that job, you are not going to do it well. So,
all right. Okay, we have Akinsoya calling in from Lagos. Akinsoya, you have the floor. Hello, Akinsoya. Okay, now in rounding up this conversation, I mean, what reforms will you recommend to modernize Nigeria's national security decision making?
Hello.
Okay, Akinsoya is here with us. Okay, Akinsoya.
Hello. Very good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, I need to contribute on this aspect.
Okay.
First of all, let me congratulate Babajide Otitoloju for a wonderful contribution. Candidly, let me be frank with you. Experience is what we're after. Experience counts a lot. Experience counts a lot. Either you are a general, you are a field marshal, you are anything. It has something to do when it comes to experience. My dad always said, only me o kàwé ṣùgbọ́n mo ká gbọ́n orí mi. Ọgbọ́n orí la lè fi run Nigeria. God bless you and continue doing what you are doing well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. So back to what I said. What reform will you recommend, to modernize Nigeria's security decision-making process?
I think the strongest thing that the Mr. President can do for Nigerians is ensuring that our national security policy framework is put in action. It's a book that encompasses what our security should look like. You know, we need to look at those things. What are the constituting factors that create insecurity? Why are they bandits? Why are they people who are agitative for different things? It all boils down to sometimes socioeconomy issues. It boils down to lack of governance in the local areas. So it's not only the presidency, it's not only in the federal. So we need to carry a reform that will go down to the grassroots and take it down. Our local government system have all failed. And that is one of the things we've been crying, where everybody's talking about the president, talking about the federal government. Who holds the local government accountable? Who holds the governors accountable?
That's true.
Even must talk about security, because security is local.
It's local.
It's local. It's not in fact, all these things we're talking about happens in a communities. You know, most of them, to access those communities are difficult. So we must be able to take care of all these things, provide the basic amenities that people need. You know, there are some places, I'll tell you, where these bandits are reigning, that the communities believe in these bandits because they give them little peanuts and they buy their loyalties because they can't feel governance. So what we need to do as a reform is to ensure that the government gets to the people, especially the local areas.
All right, we have Daniel calling in from Makurdi. Daniel.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. Good evening. We can hear you.
Good
We
evening.
can hear you.
Yes, okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Dide and my brother there.
Patrick.
God bless you. You are doing a nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to ask, to accept with Jide what he said that Boko Haram have not been taking over our local government again. It's very true. But I also want to advise that what I feel is that most of these bandits and kidnapping and most of these things happen when election is close. So if our politicians will not focus on making it for second term, I believe this act of insecurity will reduce a great deal.
Okay.
But most of these people take advantage that if they go after them so hard, their sponsors may frustrate their second tenure. Their second term bill.
All right, thank you.
So that is the angle.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our final conversation. When institutions